LA Clippers guard Chris Paul is retiring after this season, his 21st NBA campaign. Surefire first ballot Hall of Famer. CP3 is a 12-time All-Star, 11-time All-NBAer, a 9-time All-Defensive Team member, 05-06 Rookie of the Year, and of course a member of the NBA's 75th anniversary team. He also has 2 gold medals with Team USA, 08, 2012. But CP3 at this point here, TK, is saying, that's it for me. Here's my swan song. And this will be the final year.
Yeah, I guess he hinted at it over the summer in some interviews saying, I'll probably only play one more year. This year started. Hasn't been a great season for Chris Paul, so the time is now. And he's going to go down in history as one of the great point guards of all time. Reached the absolute pinnacle of point guard play, except for ever getting a championship, unfortunately for him. But you know, at worst, he's like the 6th best point guard in NBA history. There are a few guys you would definitely put ahead of him, but you can have him up in the top 5 if you want. Everybody knows not my cup of tea, but undeniably one of the greats of all time.
Yeah, no doubt. I guess he makes the announcement before they play in Charlotte, so all of his family can come because that's where he's from. He is definitely one of the best. So I start thinking of all the moments that didn't happen, like the 18 Western Conference Final when he was on the Rockets. They're up 3-2 on the Golden State Warriors, and he's injured, and he's not there for Game 6 and 7. When they're up 2-0 in the finals against the Milwaukee Bucks as part of the Phoenix Suns, I just start thinking about all the moments that he angered DeAndre Jordan and then angered DeAndre Ayton. I guess all the DeAndres don't like him. There's so many moments for him.
What about the ultimate what if?
Which one?
David Stern doesn't veto the trade to the Lakers. He probably has a championship or 2. I'm just assuming that the Lakers will make it work.
Yeah. He's got lots of moments. I mean, he started every game when Victor Wembanyama started his rise last season. So he's got lots of stories. I'm sure that Hall of Fame speech will be pretty decent. He'll put some moments together. He's kind of keeps stuff a little close to the vest. Like, we don't know a lot about the Clippers. Like, there's a lot of infighting. You hear those little teeny tiny stories. But hopefully he just lets it rip at the Hall of Fame speech. Just let it go, man. It's a new world. Just do it.
He's the NBA's active leader in assists and steals, second all-time, of course, to John Stockton. I'm with you, TK, though. Whether you liked Chris Paul or didn't, he is going down as one of the greatest floor general point guards of all time. Maybe the last of his breed, too, if we're being honest, because the NBA started to lean into bigger playmakers. That was the first thing. Like, Chris Paul is like not even 6 feet.
He's little.
He's a small guy. So we get to this thing where there's bigger playmakers. And then the other part of the equation is point guards got to score now. Like, they got to be sort of lights out, attack and threes and put up 25. Like, that's where we've gone in the league. And that really was never Chris Paul. I think he is sort of the last of a dying breed of just straight up floor general. And he made basically every team he went to better.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
You know, the Hornets where he's drafted, haven't had a lot of really success after he's left. The Clippers were the sorriest franchise in all of sports, maybe. Made them respectable, knocking on the door of obviously getting into, you know, some playoff success and stuff like that, or at least reaching the playoffs, for crying out loud. So he's just he's like, I think Ziller put it like this. He's like the ultimate winner with never having won a title, because he won a lot of games and helped a lot of franchises just get better. And guys, like you said, the impact on SGA just being with the Thunder for 1 year. Maybe Wemby, we see that payoff. So yeah, it's he just could never get over the hump and get the ring. I don't think it's happening this year.
Well, it would be quite the comeback from the Clippers if they pull it off.
Yeah.
I do ask, how much of the timing of this announcement is for the other teams who may be good and maybe just want somebody off the bench as a old vet just to help out a little bit, just to be around,
just to get him a ring.
Look at me play. Yeah, exactly. Because, you know, you can say, if I go to, let's say, the Minnesota Timberwolves and I can come off the bench there, everybody's going to play for me. It's my retirement year, so I'll give everybody a little bit more motivation in that regard. I wonder, it's probably just his last year. It's probably not because he needs to go somewhere. It's probably because he's literally playing in Charlotte, where a lot of his family's from the night before. He literally makes it that day.
Yeah.
I guess it has to be that.
Yeah, I mean, if he wanted to ring chase, he really could have done it over the summer. He signed for a tiny, tiny contract, and he went to the place where he's most associated with the Clippers to retire with the Clippers, I do believe. He also can't go to any team that has a number 3 because he's only won number 3 throughout his entire career. You don't see that with a lot of these guys that play for a lot of franchises, a lot of seasons, but you go to his basketball reference, 3. He wore 3 for the Hornets in 3 different cities. Pretty impressive.
Jeez, yeah.
Wait, 2 different cities.
Charlotte and New Orleans. And
North Carolina. Yeah. Did he play in Charlotte? He never played in Charlotte.
I guess
New Orleans and Oklahoma City.
Yeah. So that's a few cities.
Was he number 3 for Team USA? What did he wear? We'll have to fact check that one.
That's
I don't know.
a great question. I don't
Might be the
actually
only time
remember
he wore
Chris
a
Paul
different
that
jersey.
much on Team USA.
No,
back
I
in-
do not. That's not his. It's not his thing. Like you don't think of him as
No,
a team member. Right?
Number 13.
Oh, there you go.
Anyways, we will see if the Clippers can somehow find their way. But if there is another team out there, pick them out. Just help us out on the bench a little bit. I bring up the Timberwolves because if there is one who needs a little bit of guard play off the bench, it would be them. But I doubt he's traded, period. I mean, he signed there. Yeah, that's my old team. But also, he thought they were going to win. To some degree.
Well, more than they are.
I think it's a combo. I'm retiring as a Clipper / ring chase.
Yeah.
But
No good right now.
yeah, it ain't working so far.
No. 2 more thoughts. Is Chris Paul the greatest player listed 6 feet and under to ever play in the NBA? And I'll give you the only other guys that are probably on the list. It's Allen Iverson, Calvin Murphy, and then it's like, then you sort of maybe go a level down. Tim Hardaway, Kyle Lowry, Mark Price, Kemba Walker. Because a lot of these guys, the small guys, they're 6'1". At least they're listed.
Yeah.
Stockton, Isaiah Thomas, Kuzi, Lenny Wilkins, Mo Cheeks. There are a lot of them are not 6 and under. Now I know that's all fudge. They're all small. In today's NBA,
they're all under 6 feet.
but it's very possible it's really Chris Paul or Iverson. I think is what you're getting at. And I think overall totality of a career, I think it's Chris Paul. Even though same with Iverson, he never got a ring either.
Got an MVP though.
He did. My other question was, if the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame was like baseball, and players had to select which team they wanted to represent in the hall, which jersey would Chris Paul go in as? It's between 2 teams. It's between the Hornets and the Clippers. He played for a lot of teams after that. But it's pretty wild when you look at their stats over the 6 years. I'm not counting him going back to LA here, but 6 years with the Hornets, he averaged 18.7 points per game, 9.9 assists, 4.6 rebounds, 2.4 steals, shot 47%. With the Clippers, that 6-year stint, 18.8 points per game, 9.9 assists per game, 4.1 rebounds, 2.3 steals, shot 47.4%. They're near identical, has a lot of accolades with both teams. Which one do you think, or will you remember the most of Chris Paul, if he went in as a jersey?
That's a good one. There's no doubt. I remember him as a Clipper. That being said, I don't know. It's all how he takes it because he was ascending when he was young and he was second in MVP voting. He was really, really close with the member of New Orleans, and that was sort of a different part of his career. And they took the Spurs to Game 7 of the second round. I remember him as a Clipper.
Okay.
But maybe his heart remembers him as a New Orleans OKC or whatever you call it.
That's Clippers for sure.
Yeah.
I don't even think the Hornets factors into the discussion. He was one of the premier players in the NBA playing with the Lob City Clippers, a team that had a lot of buzz, that was really good and just fell short in the playoffs time and time again. I think you think of him as a Clipper and maybe even a Rocket before you think of him as a Hornet.
Really?
Yeah. He was closest to winning a championship with the Rockets.
He was, but he won Rookie of the Year with the Hornets, of course, first year. 4-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA, made 3 All-Defensive teams. Finished top 5 in MVP voting twice. Like you said, runner-up.
He was close.
In his 3rd season in the league. But Clippers, that first stint, 2011 to 2017, 5-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA, 6 All-Defensive first-team selections. And he also finished top 5 in MVP voting twice. Not runner-up, but he was, sort of at the bottom of the ballot there in terms of a top 5. So, yeah, I'm with you, Clippers, but I think there's a small case for New Orleans. And, the Rockets, man, he was close. They were close. They just went 0 for 27 in a very important game from deep.
They were the second best team in the league, but they were playing against the 73-win Warriors team a lot of the time, so that was a problem.
Yeah, and then I tend to not remember him as a Phoenix Sun, in all honesty. But he was on that team, obviously. He's goes to the finals. He was super close. They're up 2-0. But it's different. The Houston one was even a shorter stint than his Phoenix run. Phoenix was 3 years. But just later. It's just later, Chris Paul.
And Trey started this all off with like, where do you have Chris Paul as the greatest point guard of all time, despite never getting a ring? You said there's some obvious ones ahead of him.
Magic for sure.
Yep.
Curry for sure.
Yep.
Oscar Robertson for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah Thomas for sure.
That's 4.
John Stockton, I would say for sure. He was Chris Paul before Chris Paul went to the finals twice.
Yep.
And still has all the records that Chris Paul is second in, so you got to put him there. For me, Chris Paul would be number 6, in the range with Jason Kidd or Steve Nash. Like, take your pick. Kidd won a championship. I think he's become underrated as a player over time. Steve Nash, 2 MVPs, never won a championship. So pick your poison between Chris Paul, Jason Kidd, Steve Nash.
Who you picking?
Well, you don't throw Steph in that conversation?
No, I had a number 2.
Oh, my bad.
Maybe number 1, if you want to make the argument over Magic.
It's so funny. I never even think of Steph Curry as a point guard.
Right.
Yeah, that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, that's probably what happened in my head. I'm like, you're not putting him in the same, because people don't, and I understand that. Yeah, he's in that group. It's him, Nash, Kidd in that exact.
I think that is right.
Yeah,
and I think people do include Stockton sort of maybe with that group as well. I think Chris Paul's peak was way better than John Stockton's.
Maybe.
So there's that. If you want to just lean into the peak like we talked about and maybe runner up and MVP and stuff like that, it's close. He's a surefire Hall of Famer, first ballot, and now he's hanging it up. So I guess will people start giving him presents now and gifts when he visits said city for the only time left in his career?
Got to do a video.
Got to do a video.
Got to do a video.
I think there'll be a lot of framed things handed to him. Maybe. I would assume. He also played for like a quarter of the teams. So they got stuff and they got video packages to show. We'll find out, I guess, because we're going to get a little bit of Chris Paul goodbye tour here.